Yo, yo. I hear dogs barking in the background. My dog is driving the other dogs crazy. So today is Thursday, and I pretty much got nothing done that I wanted to get done. I messed it all up, but that's all right. Yo, yo, yo. What do you hear? What do you say? Welcome to the show. It's that same old boring dude. Yo, Chris. What's going on, buddy? I have such a weekend planned, my friend. I got my friend coming up from Maryland, and I haven't been white kayaking since last year, and that's what we're going to do. My friend's going to come up, and we're going to paddle on Saturday, Chris. And I haven't done jack yet. I should have got my kayak and hosed it off, got all the bugs out. Literally, there's bugs in there. Chris says cool. Get all the spiders out and stuff. Check all my gear, make sure all my gear is ready to go. Like my life jacket, and my spray skirt, and my helmet. I might even bring my GoPro. And make sure my paddle's good. Everything should be all right. And there's stuff called flotation that I have to get ready. Flotation is exactly what it sounds like. It displaces water in your boat. Say I come out of my boat and I go for a nasty swim through a rapid. Well, flotation displaces the water, because otherwise the kayak would fill up, and water weighs like 8 pounds per gallon. So now if you had a kayak full of water coming down through a rapid at 5 miles an hour, with that pointy end, it's like a torpedo. And that's why you have flotation. In case I come out of the boat and go for a nasty swim and the boat fills up, the boat doesn't become dangerous. Also, if a boat fills up with water, Chris says nice. And also, if a boat fills up with water and I get caught between it and a rock, it'll crush me. So this is why hard boaters, kayakers, and canoeists on whitewater rivers, they need flotation. It's a must. I don't care if it's beach balls or foam, but you should have some sort of flotation in there. Also, if you were to go to bail the boat out, umpire Chris sounds fun. Yes, it does. Also, if you were to go to bail the boat out and get ready to go back in it, if you have flotation in it, you don't have to empty out 100 gallons. You only have to empty out 20 gallons before you can get back in your boat. So I'm going to check my flotation, make sure it doesn't have any holes in it. Kind of late to do that. I'll just put duct tape on it or something if it has a couple pinholes in it. Hire Dolly Parton with her boobies. Float down the river that way, baby. Yeah. Flotation. So, my friend Mike Survey's, yeah. My friend Michael's coming up from Maryland, and this guy's a character, Chris. Oh boy, this guy's a character. I hope I get some of his act on Saturday. This guy alone is entertaining. He's almost embarrassing, this guy. He goes up to like complete strangers and tries to talk to them. You know, he's in such a good mood. People tend to do that when they're in a good mood. You know, you get out, you're on the river, you haven't been out in like over a year. He gets out on the river, and this guy's in such a good mood. He approaches complete strangers and says the weirdest things. He actually sings Christmas songs like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in August. Now that's embarrassing. July, this is July. I'm going down the river. Maybe I'm trying to look a little cool, and this guy's singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. In Passio, what am I watching? You are watching a regular person who just babbles nonsense while he walks his dog. This is so boring in Pasco that I don't know why people even tune in. There, my dog's right-legged. He's taking a pee. Now, if that isn't boring, you tell me what is. Just a regular dude in Pennsylvania, Northeast United States, talking happy horse poopy. Blueberry muffin, baby catnip, and evil pomni. So what's up, blueberry muffin? How you feeling? Want to say hi to Roni? Roni says hi to Blueberry Muffin. By the way, Impassico, that's the dog's name. That's the dog's name. Roni, R-O-N-I. All my subscribers know that. They ask me where the dog's at all the time because they don't care about me in Pasco. Okay, well, I hope you have a good day. Cute dog. By the way, yeah, they don't care about me. They care about the dog. If it wasn't for the dog, I think I'd be nowhere. Blueberry, do you remember you? Oh, we're getting disconnected. I'm having bad reception. Has a cousin Macca. Yeah, my Roni has a cousin Macca. Chris is a funny person, and he has a very good sense of humor. Don't leave. I'm not going anywhere, Blueberry, and I remember you. The problem is I have bad reception from time to time, and sometimes I accidentally leave, Blueberry. And umpire Chris, I don't know what that crowned #1 means next to your name. I see that with a lot of people who are chatting with me nowadays. I guess that's some sort of generic thing that automatically pops up with some people. But a lot of people seem to have that. Roni, I want to go this way, mister. We're going to go this way. Yes, sir. Because if I go that way, if I go the way the dog wants to go, which he's going that way again, I lose reception. Now he's left-legged. Or was that the right leg? No, that was the left leg. My dog is ambidextrous with his legs. You know what ambidextrous? I know Chris knows what it means, but Blueberry might be a young person. Ambidextrous means that you are good with your right and your left. So my dog is an ambidextrous PP with his legs. Sometimes he uses the left leg. Sometimes he uses the right leg. I was videotaping today, Blueberry. I was videoing on the phone, and I wasn't paying attention, and I was trying to upload a short, and I was talking about the dog and everything, and out of the corner of my eye, the little bugger grabbed something off the ground. It looked like it was a hoagie. I was too late. I couldn't stop him. If you watch the upload, you can see that I was time. because I'm talking about like where I'm at and I'm going to doing this and doing that. Then all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, the damn dog snatches up some food, and there wasn't anything I could do about it. I was too late. Oh, here, I was about to say, here come a couple of his friends, but they look like they might be going the other way. BR, Paptipin. I don't know what that means. Chris, am I missing something? Will somebody please explain to Swiss cheese brain me over here what BR means? Pat to Pim. It's probably some sort of acronym. Mm-hmm. But I don't understand that yet. I'm just an old fart. And if what do you call still here? Who was that? In Pastico, I think he rolled. He probably wanted to get something different. Wasn't expecting some regular dude that talks about his dog eating scraps off the ground. The little scrounge bugger, man. I caught him at the last second. Oh, here comes my friends. My dog is terrified of these little guys. He looks happy now. Watch, see this? Little baby doggies, little cute puppies. When they're off the leash, my dog is terrified of these guys. Yeah. I'm talking on the phone. I'm sorry. Have a great day. Thank you. I appreciate it. Tell Drew I said what's up. My neighbors. I talk to all my neighbors. My neighbors. Oh, check this. Okay, for the longest time in this little development I live in, we had these stupid wooden signs. For the 40 years I lived here, they have these, and they paint them like every 5 years, and that looks pretty good, right? But check this, you ready? Bam! They actually gave us real signs. So I guess the economy must be good that municipalities are forking out the money and they're giving us real signs. Maybe it'll give us real roads someday instead of these dirt roads. Maybe, perhaps. But they're making improvements down here. Where I live was kind of like, I'm not going to say the ghetto of Pennsylvania, of Northeast Pennsylvania, but it had a reputation of not being the greatest place. But over the last couple of years, they've been making some really nice improvements around here. And I'll bet that a lot of people, it did in a complete about face. I bet a lot of people would want to live here now and wouldn't consider this a lowly place. I'm not having a good stream. First, the screen keeps going blank. You win some, you lose some, dude. This is one of my losing nights. But Pitbull, I don't know. Can you see? I got my dark German aluminum, cuz. Dark German aluminum. Yeah, baby. I made 100 grams of flash powder, my friend. 100 grams of flash powder. And I whipped out a bunch of 80s. I bought the tubes that say don't hold in hand, so they kind of look professional, even though they don't make M80s anymore. Pretty nice, huh? Man, you missed my fireworks, man. You should have been here 5 minutes ago. I was lighting them off for nobody. And now I'm out of them. But, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm bored. So, what's going on? There's my lawnmower. One of these days I'll cut the grass. One of these days. I don't know when. I'm very lazy. How lazy can you be to not cut the grass on a riding lawnmower? I could see if I had a push mower, that would give me an excuse. I could say I'm lazy. But I'm so lazy, I don't even want to do it on a riding mower. That's lazy. On Saturday, Pitbull, you're going to get to see Richard go down the river in his kayak. On Saturday, I'm going to take you guys down the river. This is a plain old canoe. That's a lake canoe. I could maybe get it down the river, but that would be taking a chance. The river I like to go down would be too rough for that. That's a lake canoe. That's meant for a lake, not for whitewood or rapids. So, I'm disappointed, Pitbull. You know what happened? I was supposed to get my spiral tubes today. I got the M80 tubes and I got the dark German aluminum. But these spiral tubes were back ordered. So I'm not going to get them for another couple more days. So I'm a little bummed out over that. And I ordered these little tiny hemispheres. And he gave me these big ones. They never get the order right, these guys, man. They always mess it up. So I guess what I'll do is I'll just fill these suckers with stars and put them on top of my rockets. I want a tiny sphere so I can make more of these. But I'll have to try again because they failed me up. Look at that tourbillon, Pitbull. That's a big ass firework. There's at least 100 grams of fuel in there. I would light that off, but then the fire department will come. I'll get yelled at. I'll light that off another time when nobody's around. Can't light it off. I just set a small rocket off. You missed that, unfortunately. Wish you guys were around earlier, but nothing I could do about it. Know what I figured out today, Pitbull? I used to get my milling media for my ball mills, and I used to rinse them off in these screens to clean them off. But then I Google it, and the easiest way to do it is just add water to the barrel that them things roll around in. Put water in the barrel and mill the water, and that cleans them off better than I ever could. You know, these things used to be silver. They're not silver anymore. They're galvanized 30 caliber lead shot for my ball mills. Do, 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 do. Hope it don't rain tonight, because I'm too lazy to put my stuff away. I was milling again today. I was making more black powder today. Those are my ball mills. Those are my babies. They're not with me anymore. That was Rocky, and that was General. General was my man. I miss General. He was a white cat, and he was such a cool cat, man. That cat would follow me around like my dog follows me around. Look at this, man. So that's a pound of black powder. There's a pound of it. There's another pound of black powder. So I'm keeping busy over here. Maybe let's shoot the volcano off. Oh, I don't have a can. I need a can in there. Boy, I'm unprepared today. I'm so unprepared. You got to cut a beer can in half and stick it in there. And then you pour the chemical in. But I fouled that up too. Maybe I'll go in the house and look for a beer can. And we'll shoot the volcano off. The hell of it. I'll just pour a pile of ammonium dichromate. That's the volcano powder. Right here. Whoop, you can't see it. That's volcano powder. I'll just pour a little pile onto this board and we'll light it. I'll light it with a fuse. And we'll pretend there's a volcano here. Okay? I'm trying to hold the phone and dump this powder out at the same time. Bear with me. Because as usual, I'm not prepared. There. This is volcano powder. Ammonium dichromate. I hear it sizzling. Come on, light. There it goes. Volcano powder. See how it makes the lava? Ammonium dichromate. So if you ever want to make a volcano, get yourself ammonium. That looks like a volcano a little bit. Ammonium dichromate. Get yourself some of this stuff. Volcano powder. I'll put it back. In case it rains tonight, I'll put it back. Ooh, I got something. It might be fun. Oh yeah, this would be fun. Let's do this. First of all, to see this here, that's what I mixed my flash powder on. So when the flame hits that, I bet you that goes up pretty nicely. Maybe when the flame hits that grayish area. You know, there it goes. It's getting close to it. I diaper mixed my flash powder on that piece of paper. And it's not lighting. Figures. Oh well. Another losing prospect. I can see the powder burning a little, but it's not burning like I wished it would. A little bit. Little sparky spark. That's the residue of the flash powder you're seeing. Yeah, baby. It's kind of like a strobe. Yeah, look at that. Woo, flash powder. The residue of the flash powder. Woo. Imagine what like a couple grams of that would do. All that is the residue from when I diaper mixed it. I know, ain't that cool? That's why they call it flash powder. It's flashy. Maybe I'll give you guys a demonstration of how dangerous flash powder is. I'll dump a little line out and light it with a fuse, but I want to watch this burn first. All right, let's dump a little line of the flash powder out that Richard made today. Tiny line. I don't want to wake anybody up, disturb anybody. Just pour out a little tiny bit, and I'll show you guys how insane flash powder is. Okay. Oh, gosh darn it. Almost spilled it, but I didn't. I didn't spill it. I almost did, but I didn't. That's flash powder. Wait till you see how fast. That's going to be blinding when that stuff lights. Let me cut a piece of fuse off. Pitbull knows what this stuff is, but anybody else who's never seen flash powder, it's pretty cool stuff. It's very, very, very flammable. Super duper duper flammable. It's so flammable. All right, just give me a second here, you guys. Put a rock on top of that, okay? Flash powder. This is gonna blind you guys. Watch this real quick. Woo-hoo! Did you hear that? I know you know, Pitbull, because you make flash powder and you make your own firecrackers. If I were to put, Pitbull knows this, but I'm telling everybody else. If I were to put a line of plain old black powder, well, let's do it. Since we're sitting here playing, you see how fast that lit? That was only like a half gram of flash powder. Now I'm going to dump out like a few grams of black powder. And I'm going to show you how slow black powder burns in comparison to flash powder. This is plain old black powder. I'll dump out a little bit, spread it around. Got to get a spoon. Get a little spoon, a little scoop. That's about a 12-inch long line. If that were flash powder, you guys, Pitbull knows this. If that were flash powder, that could explode. It would burn so fast it might make a bang. But this is plain old black powder, and I'm gonna light that instead. Plain old black powder. It's boring compared to flash powder. Totally boring. But it's better than nothing, you guys. Put my rock on there so the fuse don't go anywhere. Get me trusty lighter. Plain old black powder. It's much slower than flash powder. See? That's boring compared to flash powder. Totally boring. Did you guys see that? I think you guys missed that. I'll do it again. I think I had the wrong camera on. I'm a space cadet. Let's try a different piece of wood. I'll give you a little demo. I'm going to give you guys another demo. First, I'll put a little line of flash powder so you guys can see the difference here. That amount of cracker would be loud. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, hold on. Let me get my spoon. Flash powder, if I pour too much of that, it could be a mistake that I don't want to make. All right, so this is flash powder, you guys. That's flash powder. Now I'm going to dump out a line of black powder. So you'll see in comparison right next to each other the difference. This is plain old black powder now. It's not flash powder. It's just plain old black powder. Cut a couple pieces of fuse real quick. Just give me a moment, you guys. I'm cutting fuse. One piece. And two pieces. All right, cut a couple pieces of fuse here. Going to give you a demonstration the difference between black powder and flash powder. I'm going to get a couple rocks and weigh these fuses down. A couple little rocks here. Put one rock there. I need a big rock. I got a rock. All right. And a rock there. All right. Maybe this time I'll get it right. First, I'm going to show you how the black powder burns. Black powder is not nearly as fast and as potent and as powerful as flash powder. So I'm going to light the black powder first. This stuff burns slow in comparison. Oh, the flash powder went off. They both, I don't know if you caught that, but the black powder ignited the flash powder. So the black powder started burning, and then it caught on to the flash powder, and that was that bright flash. So there was your demonstration. So I know I made the flash powder right. That black powder, it was okay. There's no residue. Now how you tell if your black powder is good? If it leaves residue. There's no residue down there. So the flash powder and my black powder is fairly decent. I can't complain. Nobody would listen anyway. I wonder if I got any trash I could burn. Let's see if I got any trash. Let's play with stuff. I think I burned on my trash already though. Turn on the light. That says, "Ooh, these are. This is prime for crackle. This is prime for crackle." What's this? This is black powder coated rice hulls. That's what that is. What's this? Yeah, let's burn this. Let's burn some of this. I don't know what it is, but I guarantee it's something good. I need containers anyway. I think this is black powder mixed with mineral oil. Oh, it said it right there. BP with 2% mineral oil. That's supposed to slow black powder down. All right, let's light this off. And I'll put a big pile at the end. Yeah, that'll be fun. All right, let me cut another fuse. I refuse to give up while I cut a piece of fuse. Okay, buckwheat. This is black powder mixed with mineral oil. Mineral oil was, that's how you make certain kinds of rocket fuel. Slightly slower rockets. Black powder mixed with mineral oil coming up. Woo! Damn, that was pretty good. I'm such a pyro. I gotta play with things like that. I have to do it. Pitbull says, very nice. Thank you, Pitbull. You know, I'm a pyro. Us pyros gotta play with fire. We gotta do it. We have no choice. This is, whoops. This is black powder with charcoal in it. That's for one of my devices. That'll give orange spark. I didn't mark this tub, but I know that this is good rocket fuel. I should mark it because if I come back like a year later, I'll forget what it is. This is Saxon fuel. Saxon are one of them spinning fireworks. Oh, this is, I always have a little container of meal powder. That's just fine black powder because you always need it. And this is driver with aluminum flitters in it. Maybe you'll see what it looks like. Here, check this out. You can see the aluminum in there. Let's light some of this off. Why not? While we're sitting here playing, let's light some of the aluminum flitters off. Oops, that was a whole bunch. I better spread that out. Better spread that one out. And it's dark, I can't even see what I'm doing anymore. Oh boy, I really fouled that one up. That'll be a nice sparkly flash. Let me cut another piece of fuse. Put the lid back on. Cut another piece of fuse. Still have my lighter on me. This should be like real sparkly, this one here. This has a lot of aluminum in it. It'd be very sparkly. Sparky, sparky, coming up. Woo! Told you. Sparky, sparky. So that's what I do all day. I play with all my chemicals. I mix a bunch of stuff together. And one of these days, I'm going to blow my house to smithereens. Because I'm going to be lazy again. I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to forget to put a lid on or do something lazy. And you'll be reading about Richard in the paper. Like them firework things that blew up over the holidays. You'll be reading about Richard. Look at the M80s. M80s these aren't lady fingers, ladies and gentlemen. This is the real McCoy, baby. There's probably around 3 or 4 grams of flash powder in each one of these babies. If I lit one of these off right now, I would get so yelled at. My dog would be under the bed. My neighbors would call the cops on me. So I'll just... You know what I'll do? I have an idea, you guys. Richard has an idea. I'll bring some of these guys down the river with me on Saturday. I'll be in the middle of some gorge. And I'll light them babies off. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's a good idea, Pitbull. I'm glad you thought of that. I'll bring them down the river with me on Saturday, and I'll pull over on some island in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, dude. I'm glad you thought of that, Pitbull. Pitbull always comes up with good ideas. Oh, wait a minute. I think I thought of that. Or did you think of it? I'm only joking. Oh my God, my humor's terrible, Pitbull. I got bad humor. Oh. So now what? What do you want to play with now? I'm kind of out of stuff to play with. Because you don't want to sit there and watch me make a device. That'd be really boring. It'll take 10 minutes to make one stupid rocket. But I'll tell you what. I had a few things I did off earlier, but nobody tuned in. But I'll make a bunch of stuff the next time. And we'll light stuff off. Well, anyways, Richard's going to roll. I'll probably definitely live stream again when I walk the dog around 11 o'clock tonight. It's getting dark. It's probably after 9. So Richard promises, and Richard always keeps his promises. If you know Richard by now, he keeps his promises. Pitbull says, have a good one. And I will, Pitbull. And if I don't see you tonight, I'll see you real soon. I will bring... thanks for coming up with that idea. I'll bring them M80s with me down the river on Saturday. And we'll scare some of them river maggots right out of their shoes. They're underwater fuses, too. I could toss them right into the river. Well, anyway, I'm going to hang up. I love you guys, and I'll be live streaming again around 11:30 with the dog. Chat with you soon.